You are listening to the Embrace the Mud podcast, where we dive deep into the beautiful messiness of life and relationships. This is the space where we explore how to align with your authentic self, build real connections, and navigate life's challenges with grace, resilience, and purpose. I'm your host, Dara Posner, an alignment strategist, blogger, and podcaster, here to guide you on your journey to living a life that's truly yours. Hello and welcome to the Embrace the Mud podcast. In our last episode, we talked about what it truly means to be whole. We explored various perspectives from experts on how wholeness isn't about perfection, but rather the integration of all parts of yourself, your strengths, fears, desires, and values into a cohesive and authentic self. Today, I want to take that conversation a step further and focus on how exactly you can nurture wholeness in your life. We'll talk about practices and tools that can help you on this journey, the roadblocks that you might face, and how to overcome them. I'll also share some of my personal experiences, how my journey toward wholeness began without me even realizing it, and how I've intentionally cultivated inner alignment over the years. So let's dive in. All right, so before we jump into the tools and practices that can help you nurture wholeness, I want to share a bit about my own story. My journey toward wholeness started when I was just 23 years old. At the time, I didn't even know what wholeness meant, much less that I was on the path toward it. I had grown up in a cult, starting when I was about 12 years old, and I stayed in that environment until my early 20s. It wasn't until I finally left the cult at age 23 that I began to step into the unknown, seeking a life that was true and authentic to me. Leaving that world wasn't easy. In fact, it was the hardest thing I've ever done. I was shunned by my family and friends, everyone that I had been close to up until that point. I was completely on my own. At the time, I didn't see it as a journey toward wholeness. I just knew I had to leave in order to survive. But looking back now, I can see that that is when my path toward self-discovery, healing, and ultimately wholeness began. I just didn't have the words for it yet. It wasn't until I was in my 30s that I started to intentionally work toward becoming whole. By then, I had learned about inner alignment, healing, and living authentically. And so for the last 10 years, I've dedicated myself to this journey, to deeply knowing and connecting with myself. Things like inner child work, journaling, meditation, and long walks have been particularly helpful tools for me. They've given me the space to reflect, to heal, and to realign with who I really am. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, the practices and tools that can help you on your journey toward wholeness and why it matters so much. So let's start there. Why should you even bother working toward wholeness? Well, when we're fragmented or disconnected from parts of ourselves, we tend to operate from a place of fear, insecurity, or lack. We look to others to fill the voids within us, and that often leads to unhealthy relationships, dissatisfaction, and burnout. Wholeness, on the other hand, brings a sense of inner peace and alignment. When you truly know yourself, when you are connected to your own desires, your boundaries, your fears, you no longer have to rely on external validation or circumstances to feel whole. You become truly empowered. Relationships, work, and life in general start to feel more fulfilling because you're operating from a place of internal alignment rather than lack or need. The truth is, wholeness doesn't just affect you. It impacts every area of your life. When you're whole, you show up as your true self in your relationships at work and with friends. You're more resilient, more authentic, and more capable of handling life's challenges. So nurturing wholeness is not just about you. It's about how you engage with the world around you. Now, let's get into some of those practical tools and practices that can help you on your journey toward wholeness. These are the practices I've used in my life, and they've been incredibly transformative. There are 8 different tools that I want to share with you. So, number 1, inner child work. This has been a huge part of my healing. Inner child work allows you to connect with the younger parts of yourself that may still be holding on to fear, trauma, or unmet needs. By acknowledging and nurturing your inner child, you can heal old wounds that are still affecting your present-day self. This process fosters deep emotional healing and helps you feel more integrated and whole. Number 2 is journaling. I can't emphasize how powerful journaling can be. Writing down your thoughts, feelings, and experiences gives you space to process them and to reflect. It also allows you to track your growth over time. Journaling has helped me connect the dots between my past and the present and has been a key tool in understanding myself more deeply. If you want to kickstart your journaling practice, make sure to sign up for my newsletter, Questions for the Soul, at mudcoaching.com, and you'll receive a weekly journal prompt that is designed to do exactly that, to guide you inward, to help you develop that inner alignment, and to nurture wholeness. All right, number 3 is meditation. Meditation is another practice that has helped me cultivate wholeness. By sitting in stillness and turning into my inner world, I've been able to access deeper layers of awareness and peace. Meditation helps you create space between your thoughts and emotions, allowing you to observe them without judgment. Over time, this practice can help you develop emotional regulation and resilience. Number 4 is long walks alone. There's something about being alone with nature and your thoughts and the rhythm of walking that helps you connect with yourself. These walks have been a form of moving meditation or movement meditation for me. It's a great time to reflect, to ground myself, and to listen to my intuition. Number 5 is reading. Reading has been another invaluable tool on my personal journey. Books have guided me inward and taught me how to connect with myself and with spirit or God. Authors like Brené Brown, Joe Dispenza, and Eckhart Tolle have helped me expand my understanding of wholeness, of vulnerability, and personal growth. I always recommend finding books that resonate with your own experience and encourage self-reflection and growth. Number 6 is therapy. Therapy has been instrumental for me in processing my past and healing deep emotional wounds. A good therapist can provide you with the tools and support you need to navigate challenging emotions, uncover unconscious patterns, and find healing in a safe and supportive environment. Number 7 is coaching. Coaching is different from therapy in that it's more future-focused. Working with a coach has helped me set clear goals, overcome my limiting beliefs, and create a vision for my life that's aligned with my true self. Coaches can offer valuable insights and guidance to help you step into your power and live authentically. And number 8 is group work. Group work, whether through workshops, retreats, or support groups, can be incredibly transformative. There's something about being in a space with others who are on a similar journey that can create a sense of community and shared understanding. It's really validating and extremely supportive. It's a reminder that you're not alone, and it can help you learn from the experiences of others as well as receive the support and encouragement that you need. As with any meaningful journey, there will be roadblocks. One of the biggest obstacles to wholeness is the discomfort that comes with facing parts of yourself that you might rather avoid. This might mean looking at your unresolved traumas, your deep-seated fears, limiting beliefs, or painful memories. It's tempting to push these things aside and pretend that they don't exist, but true wholeness requires you to acknowledge and integrate all parts of yourself, even the parts that are difficult to face. Healing takes time, and it's important to approach this process with patience and lots of compassion for yourself. Another common roadblock is the belief that you don't have time to nurture wholeness. With the demands of everyday life, it can feel impossible to carve out time for self-care and reflection and healing. But wholeness isn't something you achieve in one fell swoop. It is a daily practice. And even just 10 minutes a day of meditation or journaling or walking can have a profound impact over time. So how do you overcome these roadblocks? The first step is start small. Don't feel like you have to dive into deep emotional work all at once. Begin by setting aside just a few minutes each day for practices that feel nurturing to you. Another tip is to seek support when needed. You don't have to go through this journey alone. Therapy, coaching, or even talking to a trusted friend can provide the guidance and perspective you need when things feel overwhelming. Remember that wholeness is a process, not a destination. So along the way, be gentle with yourself and trust that with time, you'll continue to grow, heal, and align with your true self. Do you find yourself questioning the depth of your partner's love for you, wondering if you're just asking for too much or if you've chosen the right person? I get it. I've been there too. And that's why I created the No More Unmet Needs Workbook, your budget-friendly guide to achieving consistent emotional satisfaction in your relationship. In the face of unmet needs, it's really easy to unknowingly perpetuate the cycle. But the good news is it's simpler than you think to break free and experience the fulfilling connection that you deserve. Drawing from my personal journey and from my experience as a coach, I've honed a proven strategy over the years, and now I get to share it with you. In the 4-step, 16-page workbook, you will be able to eliminate any doubt or confusion about your needs, get clear about the difference between your core needs, actionable needs, and your desires, and communicate your needs like a pro by employing a simple yet powerful template to express your needs anytime with clarity and confidence. If you are ready to bid farewell to unmet needs and the confusion surrounding them, then the No More Unmet Needs Workbook is for you. And as a podcast listener, you get to enjoy 10% off by putting in the discount code GOODLOVE, all one word, GOODLOVE. Just head over to mudcoaching.com/shop to download your copy of the No More Unmet Needs Workbook today. Wholeness is about so much more than self-awareness or healing. It's about living in alignment with who you truly are and cultivating a deep sense of inner peace and fulfillment. It's about knowing yourself so well that you can navigate life from a place of confidence, compassion, and authenticity. My journey toward wholeness started when I left the cult I was raised in, and while that was the catalyst, the work did not stop there. It's been over a decade of intentional self-discovery, healing, and alignment, and I can say with certainty that the work is worth it. If you're interested in diving deeper into your own journey toward wholeness, I would love to support you. Whether through a strategy session or more in-depth coaching, we can work together to help you cultivate a life that feels whole, authentic, and truly yours. You can learn more by visiting mudcoaching.com or clicking the link in the show notes. Thank you for joining me today here on the Embrace the Mud podcast. Until next time, please remember to keep embracing the mud, keep growing, and keep aligning with your true self. I'll see you next time.